another week. We're so glad to be here this week, and we have a special guest. Let's let Heidi take over.
Yes, special guest, happy Mother's Day. And so we invited our mom to come join us today. She's going to talk to us a little bit about the crafts that she likes to do. So, Mom, take over.
Hi, everyone. I'm Heidi's and Lindsay's mom, and they invited me to talk about some of my hobbies that I do. I have done cross-stitching in the past, but most of that has been, I used to travel a lot for my work, and it was small and easy to carry around. So I have a few cross-stitch projects that lay unfinished for years. I sent Heidi and Lindsay pictures of those, so if you wanted to show them, Heidi. Okay, something else that's like really near and dear to my heart is I quilt. I've made all my grandsons' baby quilts. I've made all my daughter's quilts, and I give all my quilts away, but I have lots of quilts. I love quilting, and so that is my hobby, my crafting hobby I like to do.
I started quilting. I don't know if I don't know if I've told you guys, but I'm halfway through my quilting class, and so this is the last one I did, the friendship star, and I have class again tomorrow. So, yeah. I'm excited. I went into quilting so that I could actually finish up some projects, some cross-stitch projects. So, Mom, what other crafts have you done in the past?
In the past? I used to do a lot of rock painting and what's the stitching with the boards? See, now I can't think. Where I made you guys' picture frames out of.
Like on the plastic?
Yeah, plastic canvas. That's it. Gosh, but it's been a long time, as you can see. I forgot the name. But I've done a lot of plastic canvas and rock painting. I've done little painting here and there. And but through all of my crafts, I've always gone back to quilting. And I've done that since I was a little girl. And that's just my very favorite.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you, Mom, for joining us. What was your favorite part of Mother's Day? Because we're recording like later in the evening, the next day because of issues. So what was your favorite part of Mother's Day?
I went horseback riding on my horse, and in fact, your brothers all gave me some new saddlebags, which I wanted. And then me and the boys, we all went to go see the movies, and we saw Captain America, Civil War. So just spending time, with the family. And like I said, I did get away for a little bit and went horseback riding.
Sweet. Lindsay?
Well, I know that Mom has been a big influence for our craftiness. And we just really want to wish you a happy Mother's Day and kind of give you a little tribute because you got us started. I remember being a little girl and going on road trips with yarn and crocheting and painting with you back in California. And so it's been really special, and happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I remember, in fact, you sat both of us down. You got us both sewing machines the same year and sat us both down and made us make pillows. It was a long day. I remember not doing so well. I'm much more advanced with my sewing machine and advanced like a whole week extra experience. So thank you, Mom, for joining us. Happy Mother's Day. It sounds like you had a blast out in Arizona. And so we're going to just go ahead and transition a little bit. Lindsay, go into whips because mine's much longer than yours.
Oh. Okay, well, I spent I went back to work this week, so I haven't got a lot done, but this is my May the 4th. I spent, oh gosh, probably the first, second, and third prepping the fabric because there was a lot of mistakes. It's in the anyways, Heidi will post a picture of the fully prepped fabric. This is an 18 count Ada, um, and I used my ball of the wrong thread. Um, but I will say this is working very well. The only thing is if you do too long of a string, and when I was stitching, it would fray and make the yarn, the string really thin. So you get uneven stitches. But this is what I have so far. I have a lot to go. I always think it's little and then it just takes forever. But this pattern, you don't get to know what it is yet. I charted the pattern, and then my husband went through and he regraphed everything to fix the pattern that I charted to make it better. So we have 8 pages of charts, or 8 full size. I don't even know how many boxes, but I've only done 3 little boxes on page 1. So this will be a work in progress for a while. And I'm still working on that other one. And that's all I have. Heidi?
Wow, you're brave to go and chart your own patterns. That's too much. I'd rather just buy one. Okay, Maynia is here, and oh my goodness, the first week of Maynia was crazy to begin with everything else going on in my life. But I did start on May the 1st. I started Mirabilia, Maidens of the Season, and this was spring. So I divided those up, spring and summer. Summer will make its debut later this week. On day 2, May 2nd, this is called Precious Turquoise. It is from Stitchery on Facebook. It's a free pattern that he posted, and I will post a link for his Facebook on our description. This is called Precious Turquoise. Holy moly, my first time ever using Dinky dyes. It was like butter. It's so nice and beautiful, and I was like super impressed. I'll have a picture. I'll insert a picture. You can see. You can't really see the variegation right now, but there is variegation in there. Dinky dye silks, amazing. If you don't ever substitute it out because it's awesome. Day 3 was a busy day, so I took a little Mill Hill kit, the harp, to work with me and got a little bit done on the harp. And this is on perforated paper for an ornament. That'll be one of my several ornaments. Day 4, this wasn't a true start. It's this way. This is Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box is Liz Almond's Blackwork Journey. Lindsay, the little ball, I have my own little ball because it's specifically for this. It's pulled thread. Right now I'm just working on the frames. There'll be a whole bunch of boxes like this throughout. Very relaxing to do, super relaxing to do. I sat down and started going. The only thing I'm scared about is messing up on counting because you're actually pulling those threads and you're making really, really big holes in them and in your fabric. And so I'm like, oh, if I mess up on counting, I'm gonna ruin the fabric. Yeah, so I'm like counting multiple times. Okay, good, go. But it was pretty therapeutic once you get in a rhythm and it goes and goes. What day am I on? 5? Yes? On day 5 or 6? I don't even know. No, 5. Day 5. Started my next, or one of the Brooks Books Advent Animal ornaments. This was Odetta Owl on Picture This Plus Rosewood Opalescent fabric. That's what I have 14 on, and so this is number 20. I'm jumping around because I wanted most of the white guys, or most of the critters that have a lot of white on the darker fabric. So I started that one, and then day 6, I got my round robin in, and so Blue Bottles, she just started her own YouTube channel. I'm waiting to hear from her if I can put her link to her channel in our description as well. But this is one of the ornaments. I have almost all the green finished, and then fill in the Christmas tree and put the star and the trunk on. And it's almost done. I got that Friday. After I had any free time, I was obviously working on this because it's a round robin project, and so I like to get those done as fast as possible, or not. I do a good job and make sure I take my time on it, but I don't want to just sit on it and wait till the very end. I want it to be finished so it's ready to move on and we stay on. Keep going. And then day 6, I started Box of Delights. I'm practicing my black work. This is also by Liz Almond. I'm sure you've seen it before. A whole bunch of people have done it already on YouTube. And so I just started the frame. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. I actually was practicing the running back stitch on this so that it will be more reversible. I don't quite have it down yet, but I'm going to keep practicing it because I have a round robin that's all black work coming up in June or July. So that's been my week. A lot of stitching, a whole lot of stitching. So yeah, that's what I've got. Is anybody else want to add? That's it.
That's it. I don't have any. Oh, why didn't you explain what Stitch Mania is for people who don't know, like Mom?
Okay, Stitch Mania is where you start. You have 15 starts the first 15 days of May. So I have started every day. I haven't started today's. After we get done recording, I'll start mine today's. I'm actually going to have more starts than 15. I had planned on 15, not taking into consideration my round robins or my monthly stitch along, which I haven't shown you guys that yet. You'll see it next time. So it's a new start every day for 15 days, and those were the first 6. I am obviously at 9 because today's the 9th. Well, I haven't started. I've started 8. I'll start 9 tonight, and yeah, it's a lot. It's fun. It's kind of stressful for me. I'm like, oh, when am I gonna have time for this? I decided to put my Heaven and Earth on the back burner until after Maynia, and so probably around the 16th or 17th I'll pick that back up. I'm starting to feel a little bit burned out on Adrift from Heaven and Earth because I used it for monogamous March, and then April I stitched a lot in April. I was looking back at the pictures like, oh wow, I did a whole lot in April for the challenge. Well, I did half a page for the challenge in April, and then I don't know, May's here, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to. I just don't want to. So it's on the back burner. I think I still have plenty of time to get that done though for the second challenge. Anyway, that's all I have. Mom, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Mom, did you have any projects you could show us right around?
I have some quilts. I did send some pictures to Heidi. Heidi, I wanted to ask you on your Stitch Mania. Oh, Joe just brought one of my quilts.
Wow.
This one, the material is some Hawaiian print that your Aunt Cindy sent me. So, and I actually have still plenty of the material left. And I was going to make some pillows or something to match, but I even have more for another quilt. But real fast, because Joe's getting some more of the quilts to show. But Heidi, you said on the Stitch Mania you have the starts. Is there a month where you do the finishes?
No, Mom. That would be great. Finishes are hard in cross stitching. They come far and few between, especially for me. That's a good question. I don't anticipate finishing all 15 by next year, to be perfectly honest. I will have several carryovers next year in May, and I had explained in our first video, I'm going to next year when Mania comes around, if I get to like the 3rd and I hadn't finished what I had started on May 3rd this year, then I'm going to pick it up again that year and continue working on it. I do not anticipate finishing all of them by any, like if I did, that would be a miracle. I don't know what happened, but that would be a miracle. It's just cross stitching takes so long compared to quilting. Like I can do a block, I busted out 5 blocks the other day in like a 3-hour, where in cross stitching in 3 hours I get this. Like I mean, okay, maybe that was more like an hour and a half, but still, like, okay, double that a little bit, and that's what you get in 3 hours. Like it takes so much longer to cross stitch than other, especially like quilting. So no, they're just there. And it's something to work on. Let's see your next quilt.
This quilt is actually, it still needs some finishing work, but it is my very first ragtop quilt. In fact, that one I haven't cut yet. But out of all these years, I've never made a ragtop quilt, and they're actually pretty simple, and I was surprised. It's kind of unique, and so I actually want to make a real big one like this. This is just a single size, but I did all the blues together. I'm going to grab one more real fast. We got time for one more?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You see which one my husband brings now. Oh, this is a fun one. This is some material I got, and it's all in blocks like you're doing. I alternated the blocks, if you see, with all the material. And it's just, the fun part is choosing all the color. This one has the turquoise, the browns, and the oranges. And then I actually did a blue backing on this one. And but these are just all blocks put together, and you can make it as large as you want or as small as you want. And you guys know my dog Zippy. He actually claimed this one for himself. So this one's been sitting in his bed. So, but quilting, you can get really adventurous, and there's just all kinds of things you can do with quilting. And I guess that's why it's always kept my interest over the years, where I've started other crafts and other projects. And like I said, I've always come back to quilting. So, and I know Heidi has a quilt I made out of all her college t-shirts and everything. And I made Lindsay a quilt, and it had all kinds of pinks, and it actually had some old clothes of hers. And she says it's rags now, and I offered to make her another quilt, and she was like, but I like my old one. So, and I got one more detailed, and it's all animal prints, and then I put the animals on the side for the sashing. So, and this one is pinwheels, is what this one's called, and I just did it in animal prints. So, but I guess I took a lot of time.
No, that's okay. We don't mind. The quilt is my favorite quilt. I think we've all gotten a quilt. Even my son has multiple quilts from you, but my quilt's actually at Heidi's house because it couldn't even make the trip home. But I
will make you another one. You know that.
All right.
Just tell me what you want for the colors, and if you want a neat design. I actually am on a queen size quilt. I just got it cut out, and I've done the first 3 rows, and it's red, white, and blue, and my goal is to finish it by Labor Day. I mean, not Labor Day, July 4th. And it's a intricate quilt. It's doing some designs I've never done before. So we'll see how it turns out, and later I'll show it to you guys. But it's going to be cool or warm as for a quilt.
All right, we're hitting that window. It's probably time to say goodnight. I'll be back for sure next week sometime to show off the rest of Maynia. Yeah, I'll be back for Maynia. I'm assuming Lindsay, you'll be back, yes?
Well, not for Maynia, but I'll be back with some progress, hopefully. I got a whole bag together so I can travel with it now. Sadly, my old project went into this little bag, so it might not come back out for a while. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit subscribe below, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.